Hello everyone, my name is Imperius and welcome back to Eviternity II. Today we're doing map 12, Collapse. And as the name suggests, if you haven't played it before, this level kind of collapses as you progress through it. There's one big final fight at the end, which makes up, I'd say, at least half, if not 2/3 of that nearly 700 monster kill count. And the way we access that final fight at the end is to do 3 sub-areas, all of which branch off from the central area, all of which can be completed in any order, which is pretty common for Eviternity II. Very nice touch. And once we've completed those 3 sub-areas, the final fight will activate and we can do the final fight. But to start with, I like to come up here. I find this is a good area to start with. I'm going to try and get the shotgun without getting killed by all of this nasty stuff. It's all pretty much the same as Ultraviolence, except the enemies are a higher tier. Like, there's no Nightmare Demons, it's Pinky Demons. It might even be a Cacodemon, but of course it's an Astral Cacodemon on Annihilate Me. So overall, just more ambient difficulty through higher tier and more monsters as well, which I quite like. I think for me personally, at the sort of skill level I operate at, it provides a tough but doable challenge, which is nice because it makes you feel good when you can actually overcome it. Round this corner then is the sort of second half of the first sub area, and is one of the Grand Old Duke of Hells in there, the Archduke of Hells, I think they're called Arch Demons. It's Arch. I'm pretty sure it's Arch something. The blue barons, the ones that teleport. I think this might actually be the first place you see them if you haven't done map 32. This is the sort of second secret level. Somebody can fact check me on that. And I do kind of want to do that area first because it's very difficult. It's a very small room with a lot of very high tier enemies. And it can be very deadly. And I haven't really practiced it. So, you know I'm recording here, but I don't particularly have a lot of faith. Like, this isn't really a run as such. I mean, it kind of is because I have played through it once before. Done my sort of one blind ultra Annihilate Me playthrough, and then I've come in to do this, but it's still a little rough around the edges. I don't expect to do this on my first attempt just because I haven't had enough practice at individual sections. Although I have got a very good strategy for the final fight, as we will see when we get there. But I actually got confused in all of that and have not gone into the Grand Old Duke of Hell fight. I've instead come over here to do this Astral Mancubus corridor. And there's quite a lot, there's quite a lot of Astral Mancubuses here. There's at least like 3 or 4 in this little area. So I'll give you my 2 cents on them as the rest of this sort of section plays out. I have to be honest in my own playthrough of this, otherwise there's not really much point for it. So, whilst I appreciate views may vary, my opinion is that I don't like the Astral Mancubus. I find them to be way too tough. They do way too much damage. Like, that yellow can just one-shot you, and I don't think anything in Doom should be able to one-shot you. The purple is just also, like, it's a nice design. Like, I get why they've done it. I do really appreciate the design and the sort of the different style of attacks they can do, but it just isn't for me. I just find them unfun and kind of annoying to play against. They're too tough and they do too much damage, is my honest opinion. That is a small negative drop in an ocean of positivity that is my overall experience with this WOD. So don't let that be an indicator of overall impression. But I have to be honest and I have to say what I truly think about them. I would have maybe given them half the health that they've got and probably not given them that purple attack. Probably not the yellow attack. I probably wouldn't have designed them at all. Maybe put it that way. I mean, for fuck's sake, what the hell? Okay, that's my positioning, you could say, but like every enemy in the history of Doom, you can hide behind a wall and you're okay, except this one. Yeah. I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to detract, I don't want to spread negativity on a level that I think is actually very good. So, we come around here, and we'll just kill these guys first, and then we're going to double back and get a secret. One of 3 secrets, in fact. Yep, that's gone. Good. Which is a little backpack we're going to get. So we come up these stairs, we can yeet ourselves over here, turn around and get a backpack. And remember that secret, remember that location, because we're going to be coming back there a little bit later on when we get to the final fight. For now, we're going to continue and go through this river area. Hit scanners up on the ledges, there's nightmare demons in the water, and there's actually a couple of floaters as well hiding on top of that waterfall. I think there's an astral and maybe 1 or 2 regular cacodemons. There's the regular cacodemon. And there's the astral. And there we go. And now this is the end of this sub area. And you can see that switch there. That's the switch we're going to press shortly once we've dealt with this Cyber Baron mini-boss in the, Christ, the most precarious way possible. That was pretty spicy. Press the switch. Couple of low tier enemies spawn in, and that is one of 3 switches that we need to press to activate the final fight. It also collapses more of the level, so it all starts to open up a bit more, as we will see continues. Now, coming around here, this is the sort of second sub area I would describe it as, and there's going to be another switch at the end of this corridor. Couple of spectral astral cacodemons. Chain gun them down because they can't fit through that gap. And we'll just finish these guys off, and then there's a Cyber Baron around the corner. Try and fight this one in a little less of a dicey manner. Try to, anyway. Christ! Time to run away. Right, second switch. Press that. The level, again, continues to collapse. And we're going to run away. I kind of got to get away. I'd have liked to have stayed to kill those chain gunners, but I feel like I'm getting boxed in a little bit. I do wish I had some shells. There's some shells. Some more. Yikes. We're just gonna waste them all now, are we? No. We are okay. If we can keep those floaters at a distance, we should be fine, he says as they close in on him. Over the hill he comes. Right, just the Astral Arachnotron to go, and then we've cleared out this second area. There we go. And get some shells. Okay, so that's two of the end area, two of the sub areas complete. Like I said, you could do these in any order. But I'm actually in a bit of a tricky spot now because my initial routing intended me to do this area first. This area here where the Grand Old Duke of Blue Hell is. And the thing is, I haven't actually practiced this. And so at this point in my run, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to save. But then I don't. I think, fuck it, let's just go for it. Because I genuinely haven't practiced this, and I intended to do this area first because it's really difficult. I mean, look at all the shit that's going on right now. Like 5 HP into a medkit. That's pretty impressive. So I only paused there because I genuinely didn't think I was going to be able to do this because I hadn't practiced it. It's why I intended to do it first in my route. I kind of just got a bit sidetracked. And it has kind of rattled me in a way because I had a plan and then I thought about abandoning the plan and now I have no plan. Which is why I pick up that Megasphere in advance of the final fight, deliberately, because I'm kind of scared now that this is actually really good, and I just survived what I considered the hardest fight in the level with 5 health. Adrenaline is high, so I pick up the Megasphere to make sure that I don't get Revenanted or Archviled to death. And it seems to have worked. But for the final fight, the strategy is activate it by pressing that button, run up this cliff, and then just jump over here. And we're just going to go back and forward on this ledge. We're going to try and stay in this ledge as long as possible. Because A, it will mean all the enemies will group up, which is really helpful. Once you drop off, you can't get back on. And we're going to run back and forward and try and bait some infighting. However, it can be very dangerous to do that. Because, wait for it. It can be really dangerous to do that. Because, there we go. Oh, I knew that was coming and I felt it. I felt it. Yeah, you don't want that to happen, but it is a very realistic risk, unfortunately. However, the strategy still stands. Like, we could get way better in fighting if we stayed on that ledge and were a bit more tactical about it. But like I said, I'm kind of rattled at the moment. And so instead, we revert to phase 2 of the plan, which is to come over here and pretty much fire all of our rockets down into these enemies as we possibly can do. So by getting out of the arena as soon as the fight starts, obviously we make the enemies group up, which eliminates the hardest part of the fight, really, which is when enemies spawn in all around you and you've kind of got to run around. And it gets a bit of infighting going. Now, you see that blue armor as a secret, as is this Soul Sphere. I should have really cleared this out earlier on, but I forgot. And now we can kind of just make our stand here until we run out of rockets. The fight's not over yet. It's certainly not free from this point. There's still 3 cyber demons that have very good line of sights on you wherever you stand. And I think there's 4 Archviles that we're going to release into the arena fairly shortly as well, who will need to be dealt with. But this is the first time I've ever actually tried this recorded. Like I said, I hadn't really practiced this level fully beforehand because it's quite difficult. This final fight especially is quite difficult, which is why I needed to implement this strategy. I did not do this, by the way, on Ultraviolence at all. I only came up with this strategy for Annihilate Me. On Ultraviolence I was able to survive just by running around. But the intensity of this fight on Annihilate Me really is no joke, and so I decided to try and come up with something different to give myself that edge. And I was surprised to find this, to be honest. I feel like this must have been left in intentionally. Because it would be such an easy thing to change. You like literally just make the wall raise like an extra 16 units or something, and then you can't jump over onto it. So I do kind of wonder if it was intentionally left in. But you know, that's the kind of thing that you just gotta wonder on. I do want to keep some rockets because I don't know if there's any more lying around, and I do have 4 Archviles to kill, which is already pretty ambitious for 11 rockets. And I'm still pretty rattled because like I really wasn't expecting to get this far, which is why I made that really stupid mistake there. Like I should have had eyes on the Cyber Demon at all times. But I'm now going to try and force the final section. Again, pretty gung-ho to actually run up there and activate them. It's pretty reckless to try and shoot a rocket launcher this close to a corner. But we're doing what we need to do. We're doing what we feel we need to do. We're rattled and we're playing by the edge of our pants at this moment. We've just got to make it work. Grab some more rockets. Do some circles in the middle. Get out before we get blasted. That was more luck than skill. Get back into this little staircase because this is a safe-ish spot. You certainly can't be shot in the back from here. Okay, that was 2 Archviles down. I think there's 1 left. We're going to have to go for the telefrags. 3. Get off. That can be deadly. As you probably know if you've played Doom before, if you try and telefrag Cyber Demons whilst there are other Cyber Demons, you can get shot. So I think we've kind of lucked out that the Archvile's up on some stairs. We've got 3 rockets left. I really need these rockets to kill him. And they do. Last rocket as well. That's very satisfying. Okay, now I think we're okay. We've got good health, we've got good armor, we've got plenty of shells, we've got bullets. It's only sort of low and mid-tier enemies left. First time I've successfully pulled this off. Like I said, genuinely thought this was going to end up being a practice run, which is why I was this close to saving to try and do that fight a couple times, but I didn't need it in the end, which is very satisfying. This is for me when I find playing Doom to be the most rewarding, when you feel that you overcome a situation that you maybe aren't quite good enough to do, or maybe are a bit lucky in doing. There's that sort of surge of adrenaline you get that it's doing single segments is very enjoyable. So what keeps me coming back, and why I actually really like this Annihilate Me difficulty, because like I said, it feels like a tough but doable challenge. Anyway, there's 1 enemy left. I don't actually know where he is. I assume it's at the end. I know there's a teleporter to get back out if I need to, and it turns out I'm right. There is a astral spectral Mancubus at the end, just to put that final nail in our coffin maybe. But on this occasion we overcome it and we beat the level. Not in the way I expected or the way I intended, but we did it nonetheless. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.